Today we traveled to Miller, Missouri to talk milk and learn all about the Dairy Foods Career Development event from Miller FFA.
Well, the Dairy Foods Career Development event's been around a long time. We haven't typically trained it here at Miller. We had a student teacher last spring, Mr. Tanner Koenig, did his student teaching here, and he wanted to train a dairy foods team, so we turned him loose with some of our better students, and obviously they were very successful and won the state contest.
Take me through the overall aspect of training them and getting them prepped and the purpose of the contest.
Well, training the contest is different aspects from milk all flavors to cheese and dairy, non-dairy, that some of the kids will be showing you a little bit later. So the purpose of the contest, first and foremost, is just quality assurance to make sure that we are providing a quality product, dairy product in this case, to the American consumer. So not only is it the quality assurance part of the dairy product, but it's the life skills the students learn, like critical thinking, decision making, being dedicated to purpose and practicing and working hard.
Well, true life skills. Well, let's go meet your team and have them teach me a little bit about what they learned throughout this year. So Lexi, we have the milk off flavors part of the competition in front of us. Tell me about it.
So basically we have 10 milks that we have to taste for defects, and these are the most common ones in front of us.
And these are natural occurring defects that you would find on the farm?
Yes. So this one, you would first want to smell it, and if you smell it, it has kind of a...
Oh, I can smell?
Yeah, the garlic and onion.
So at a competition, you would taste each milk, but we don't swallow it, correct?
Yeah, you will spit it back in the cup.
Okay.
So when you taste the milk, yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, real bad.
So you want to really like swish it around in your mouth, and sometimes even like open your mouth, get an airflow in there. So when we do this, after we taste it, we grade it on a scale of 1 to 10.
Okay.
10 being no defect, the best milk, 1 being very, very gross.
So how would you rate this one?
Well, the scoring for garlic and onion is 531, and that was a light to medium. So I would...
Light? Whew.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. There's been worse. So I would give it probably a 3.
Okay. Tori, I think I'm going to enjoy this part of the competition a little better. Take me through the cheese ID.
Okay, so there's 20 cheeses that we have to learn, and along with that we have to learn characteristics of them. So there's a whole cheese matrix that we memorize, and we had to learn the fat percentages, the moisture content, where they originated from, and just like all the characteristics of the cheese. And out of those, there's 10 cheeses laid out that we have to identify and write down the characteristics that match with it.
So when you've got a plate of cheese in front of you, what type of mental notes are you checking off in your head to identify what cheese is in front of you?
I first look at color, so as you can see, we have a yellow cheese here compared to the white ones. And also this one has an orange rind, and there's clues like that that can give it away sometimes. And you can also see if there's processing holes.
Okay, let's try this yellow cheese. Okay, so what should I be looking for?
So with the yellow cheeses, you'll be looking for if it's a cheddar, how sharp the taste is.
Okay.
And if another yellow cheese is processed American, it'll be more creamy and have that processed taste.
Well, luckily you chose 3 cheeses that I really like, and I learned a lot about them. So Dakota, we have part of the dairy, non-dairy competition in front of us. Tell me about it.
Okay, so the dairy, non-dairy part of the contest is pretty self-explanatory. You just go through, there's 10 samples. It could be anything from butter to margarine to sour cream to fake sour cream or
Fake
artificial.
Artificial.
Right.
Well, let's take a test, and then you can tell me what other identifying characteristics we're looking for.
Okay, so with something that you're looking at is the texture.
Okay.
You can kind of see that this one, it doesn't really leave a whole lot on the side. There's some visible stuff
But I
on the
noticed
side.
the color is a little different.
It is a little discolored, and there are something kind of, a little bit of like texture if you look at it closely.
A little thicker. Can we smell it?
Then it's just kind of,
It's thin.
it's really thin, it's really there's no other way to describe it than
So what do we
nutty.
got here?
This is almond milk.
Oh, okay.
Almond milk would be scored a non-dairy variable fat on here.
Okay.
Everything that is not an actual dairy product is considered non-dairy variable fat.
And the overall, purpose of this competition kind of goes back and falls in line with the others. It is food safety and quality, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you can always, it's good to be able to tell what you're drinking and what you're using, but it's always good to be able to say that that is actual, that it's good quality, I guess.
That what you're purchasing is
right,
what you're paying for.
That you know, and if you're able to taste and determine the content of the fat in something, you know that you're getting what you pay for.
All right, up next, it's time for Jamie to join us in the kitchen.
Yep, she's going to, so don't go anywhere. Ozarks Live will be right back. We're going to taste some stuff.